Chapter 6 True Colors. When we left off in Chapter 5, I was about to receive another phone call. A couple of days later, I received another phone call from this person's partner in crime. This is also someone who my grandfather had known for a very, very long time. Another person who he had trusted. Someone who had indeed done many things for him over the years in reciprocation, but maybe was now running with someone who they really didn't need to be running with, someone who was having kind of a dark and negative influence over them. As it turned out, this person had the house key to the apartment that I was staying in. To say that this struck fear in the core of my heart was an understatement. Yikes. They had a duplicate key. And they had demands. They wanted all the furniture that they had lent him to furnish his apartment. They wanted it back, and they wanted it now. So that meant that they wanted the sofa that we were sitting on. They wanted the table that we were eating at. They wanted the chairs. They wanted the stools. And of course it was their right to have it, but to say that it was a little insensitive given what was going on is an understatement. Regretting advice I didn't take. They say discretion is the better part of valor. And Nora actually told me, just take whatever the person wants that belongs to them and leave it outside the apartment door, and that way you won't have to have any interaction. So I didn't listen in this case, and that's something that I regret. Like it or not, there was no time to grieve. I was feeling uneasy, I was feeling wronged, and there was a cat fight brewing. My emotions were running high. Once I opened the front door, things took a turn for the worse immediately. They barged in, taking items off the bookshelf. While this person was over there taking stuff from the shelving, it kind of looked like this. I hope you caught that move. They realized my angel was sitting at the dining table. They hadn't counted on anyone being there. I guess they just thought it was a fluke that she was there the first night. So they slowed down. A cat fight ensued. This was pretty much kind of like a battle between life and death. So as things went down, they took the stuff, and I never got the key. How was I going to keep the door locked? I was so shaken. I was trembling and crying, at the end of this. This was such an ugly experience for me. As ugly as it might be, I accepted Nora's advice and went to the local Home Depot center to pick up a police door jamb to place underneath the doorknob. At least that way, while we were sleeping at night, we wouldn't have to worry about someone breaking in. My life had really devolved to a new low. Nora thought it would be a good idea to have some Christmas cheer. Nora said, hey, let's go to the movies, let's have some fun. So we went to go see Star Wars, a fashion exhibition at the Phoenix Museum, and a knockout Bollywood drama called Bajirao Mastani. Nora was still with me, bless her, and soon it was going to be time to ring in the new year. So the idea was, we'd spend New Year's Eve together, have a little toast, try and bring in the new year with some positivity, with her blessings. But that's not what happened. I remember my grandfather saying to me when I arrived, "Don't get too comfortable here." Eviction. On December 30th, I get a knock on the door. Now what? So I peer out the window. I see there's a young man standing there, and he appears to have some paper in his hands. So I open the door. I received an eviction notice on December 30th, 2015. He regrets to inform me that I'm being evicted from the property and that I need to have the property and everything vacated by the 4th of January. Talk about a curveball. I didn't see that coming. My heart sank. My whole body, I just felt completely defeated. And I was like, oh my God, it is the eve before New Year's Eve. I have to pack up this whole apartment. My belongings, his belongings. Thank God my mother's belongings were still in boxes. So that gave me just 4 days to pack, move, and find a new place to live. Nora said to me, "I know this seems like the worst thing that could happen to you right now, but trust me, if you were allowed to stay here through the month of January, those two would be back again and again and again until they got in here. So this is actually a blessing in disguise." A blessing in disguise, says Nora. Apparently, Nora was clairaudient and could hear my grandpa in his spirit form. He told her to tell me to please calm down and that everything would be all right. My nerves were pretty shot. Nora also told me, as she was leaving, to light a candle to my mother and my grandfather and to talk to them because they would like that. At the time, I didn't understand what she meant, but soon I would. Thank you for coming on the journey with me thus far. The song that you've been listening to in the background and in the beginning of this chapter is called La Porte, or The Door. The music video is coming right up. Thank you for watching.